Hello girls, guys, gaming fans, Small Archangel here, just enjoying the view from the current summit of my new tower. We're only 2 levels up, and so it's not ever so high at the moment, quite high enough to break my legs, thank you very much, so I'm going to do my best not to fall down there. It's day 82, it's taken me a few days to build this so far, 2 or 3, and we're going to get right on with it today. I've got a bunch more concrete. I hope I'm going to have enough concrete blocks. I did spend pretty much all night last night creating concrete blocks. Creating concrete blocks. So I'm hoping that I'll have enough now. Just put those there. So we're going to make the next level now. And I'm not quite decided whether it's going to be the same size as this or... Oh, no. I think we're going to do something a little bit funky here, so... At least this bit of the process should be a little bit quicker, because we're not having to wait for these blocks to dry, so we can just plonk them straight down. So... Okay, be very careful on that ladder. I do need to put a hatch there actually. I think I might just do that before I do anything else. Otherwise I'll be falling down there. I've already sprained my ankle. I do not really wish to break my leg fully, so let's have it that way around. And I can even upgrade the thing. I can't fully upgrade it yet. Alright, now where was I? Yeah, I need to make some more ramps. Okay, let's see how we do with those. Oh, no. Didn't need to do that. I don't want to waste any of these ramp frames, these ramp ones really, because they don't drop themselves when destroyed, so they really would be trashed. You just get destroyed stone, I think. Okay, we got 2 spare, which isn't too bad. Alright, now I've been a bit previous here actually. I've put a hatch on there. Well, actually the floor level's going to be higher than that. What a fool. Okay, alright, so yeah, the floor level's going to be sort of, well, here, isn't it? Okay, so we're just going to whiz around with another layer of concrete. Alright. There we are. And what I'm actually wanting to do, really, is make this floor in wood. But what I have forgot to bring with me is wood frames, and since I have absolutely tons of wood frames back at my bunker base, I don't really want to be wasting wood. I do have a load of pine seeds to plant my own little plantation around here, but I want to get the base sort of finished first, or more finished first. So just gonna put in these corners first, and then we can plot out where the windows are gonna go. So I think each wall is gonna be like that, with 2 windows of 2 blocks. There we go, finally round. Alright, we're gonna need... I've still got some concrete left, which is good. Alright, there's my other ladder. So, now I do have some bars with me, however, not sure if I've got enough, but we will do this. And if I don't have enough, then I'm going to have to make some more. But I think I'm cool. Now we even have some spares.
So that's great. Now, the floor in here, as I say, is going to be wood. So I'm just going to use some wood frames and some, yes, just wood just to upgrade it to normal planks. And then wasps obviously are going to be able to fly in through these windows, but I'm not too bothered about that because they don't really do much in the way of block damage. In fact, I'm not sure if they cause block damage at all. Generally, they just aim for your head. And you can see how this is taking shape now. So I'm going to have another layer on top of that one, which is going to be the same size, and that will be the living quarters. This is the plan. And then I might possibly put another level on top of that. So it's a bit of a wedding cake style base, really. And it will, yeah, it remains to be seen quite how secure it's going to be. Obviously, spitters and zombies generally are going to be able to see me from here, but equally I can see them, and if I'm in the top part of the building it's going to be quite secure, quite far away, and they shouldn't be able to see me very easily at all. So I'm going to go back to my base now, hopefully I think for the last time for a while, and I'm hoping to kind of more or less move in tomorrow, so we'll get this sufficiently finished for the time being to start living and looting from this location. So put my headlight on now. It's an absolutely epic headlight. Whoop, switch. There we go. Could well have Zeds running after me all the way home. So I will see you guys in the morning when we will get that section of the base completed and furnished, and we will start to call it home. And we're back again, so let's get started. My inventory is full to bursting. It's always tempting when moving from one base to another to take absolutely the entire contents of your previous base with you, but of course that's really not the plan at all. So let's take it from here. Now I've got 500 of these, which should be perfectly fine. Because it's not going to take that many, I hope, to floor and to ceiling this room. Did I just see a deer go past? I swear I just saw a deer walk past. How? How? Whoa! There it went again. That is bizarre. Right. I don't often watch my videos, but I kind of do when I'm editing them. But look, there it is. What the heck are you doing up here? There we go. Alright, so for the time being, I'm gonna upgrade this floor. Okay, and now I can pick that up. And less waste. Alright, so we'll have a hatch. Over there before we go any further, just to make sure that I don't actually fall to my death. And then I think, in order to make this more secure, I'm gonna have to do what I did below, and put in some. This is where I get nervous because it's quite difficult to do this these days. Put in some more, some sort of. Yeah, let's do this with rebar first. This is going to be easiest. No, not there. There. Oh, okay. That was a bit special. Why did it do that? Because I was standing on it probably, but I don't know. Alright, so...
Okay, so I'm hoping that this is going to provide sufficient support now for me to place this floor. I'm not holding my breath because these wood frames are, well, they don't have very much integrity by themselves. So before I even go up there, I'm gonna just upgrade those, because several of them fell down while I was trying to move about up there earlier. There we go. Now I'll just very carefully go up the ladder, and for the moment I will just stick to the concrete edging and till I can get this a little bit more secure. Getting dark already. You see something just broke and I'm not sure what. Oh, this that was just underneath me. For some reason that's still not holding, and I don't know if it's because this is concrete and it needs to be something more. I'm not sure. Well, I seem to be able to walk on here all right. It just seems to be these quadrants here, which I would have thought a small area like that would have been alright, but perhaps I'm wrong. Let's just try this. If I am wrong, this is going to hurt. Yep. That's not good. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I think the only thing I really can do about that is go around the outside there with something that's got a bigger load bearing capacity, because I think that is the problem. I think I'm going to have to use reinforced concrete again around the outside instead of normal concrete, just or maybe I'm going to have to do the outside edges here in concrete. Maybe that is going to be the best thing to do actually. I should have enough to do that with. Let's just try that. Well, it's the next morning I did have a slight problem there with structural integrity. You can see all sorts of bits of concrete have just sort of fallen down in the night, and it was driving me crazy for a while until I realized that it's just having all these open spaces here, and I suppose I haven't really built a base before which has quite so much air involved, but the physics are pretty twitchy about things like that, which is understandable I guess. So I filled these windows in with iron bars, which look pretty groovy anyway, and of course I can still shoot through them. And then what I'm having to do down here is these massive windows that I've got. I'm actually putting some concrete pillars in them for stability, and I think they still look pretty groovy. So I was thinking in any case that they were a tad on the large side. I'm just kind of glad that I've got this sorted out now. Is that it? Oh, that's worked out perfectly. There we go. So, still looks like a big vaulted concrete cathedral. Now, let's see if we can complete the floor. Finally. Up here. Hold your breath. Can I walk without it collapsing? Yeah. Looks like it. Okay. Now, I've just got a couple things to do, because now I've got concrete there. I ought to, that's it, I ought to make it kind of consistent throughout. Of course, up here will be the living quarters, so I might decide at some point to change out my the concrete edges there for wood. Uh-oh. Still got a problem there. Not quite sure why that one specifically. I've got one chest I've put there just to try and sort of empty my inventory because it was so full up I couldn't really do anything. Now, what do we do about this? I hope I don't have to place pillars downstairs as well, because that would be a little bit of a bind. I might have to put a pillar underneath these bits if they're going to be the problem, which they evidently are. Okay, let's just hop down here. Okay, I might just have to place pillars here for the time being, given I can't quite seem to figure out what the problem is. So I'm going to have to think about that design a little bit. So I'm going to just leave that for the time being, and we're going to get on with furnishing in here, because for the time being I'll just not go upstairs. I'll just not go on the roof, because at the moment that is kind of the roof. Eventually it will be the living quarters, and I really don't want the whole thing caving in on me. So yeah, I have filled in these windows here. Of course, the only ones I've not filled in are the ones right on the ground floor, where I've got the archways, but I don't want to fill those in, and I want to give as little as possible for the zombies to go pounding on. So so it might be that the best thing to do is, yeah, to put some additional support here, and if I have to do that, then that is what I will do. But for the time being, I'll just, there we go. I will just exchange some of this stuff around. We've got some things to place, some items to place in here to furnish the place and make it more functional. So I'm going to place those in there. And I've made all my storage boxes and brought them with me, like a proper organised person. Let's see, anything else I can place in there for the minute? Just those, I guess. I even brought some repair kits with me, and some clay so that I can make some moulds for my forge, so that I can, there we go, so that I can use my forge more or less straight away. I'm going to put that in there as well, because we're going to need to do that. Alright, now this is my floor for doing stuff on, so without having any particular ideas about where everything's going to go, just going to place my forge there. I've got storage boxes a go-go, so we'll place my weapons and ammo ones. Let's see, I could put some in the middle there, I guess, but I'd rather place them on the outside in actual fact. I'll place my building ones near to the forge, just because that sort of makes sense to me. That's not building. That is building. There we go. And I suppose I could just kind of... in fact, wouldn't it be very cunning indeed to sort of build a whole kind of pillar of them going up? Because that would support the ceiling. That might be extremely cunning, actually. That might be too cunning for words. So that might actually be the ideal solution, because I've got more or less the right number of these to do that with as well. So for example, I can have the weapons ones here. Now of course I haven't got Let's see, how many of these am I going to need? Do that, and then I've got the ammo ones I could plonk underneath like that. And I could even get behind it like that. It's not the arrangement I would choose myself, but needs must, etc. Now that's there. Okay. And then, yeah, I guess the building supply crates, what I'll have to do is sort of remake them and place those here, and then I guess I've got explosives ones I can put in here as well. I'll have 4 building ones actually, so they'll make up 1 pillar. Yeah, and then maybe a sort of a mixture of food ones on the other, because food crates do tend to get filled up pretty quickly actually, so I might put my building ones here, all 4 of them, and then some more food and health ones here, and that will be excellent. I'll then have room around the outside here, these places, perhaps for some small crates, small chests like that, or maybe I'll put the small chests sort of nearer to these ones perhaps, and then I can have freedom to sort of go around from window to window, which I quite like, especially if I'm going to choose this as a sniping platform, because of course the Zeds can't see me from here, so this might be a good way of picking off zombies as well from in here. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now the only thing that really remains, I've got a campfire to place as well, but given those can't be picked up, I might just leave it as it is for the time being. I'm just going to place my bed there, which makes this official. This is now my new home. This is my new spawn point. And the last thing I will do this episode is grit my teeth and go up here and see if I can now there is one place I have not placed columns yet over in that corner, so I will just see. Oh crap, that would be a no then. That's really, really annoying, so that still hasn't solved the problem. That was a cunning idea. It was a really cunning idea, but for some reason it just didn't work. Oh look, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Yeah, so it seems a little bit strange that I'm having, right next to a support structure, I'm having a piece of floor give way. So that does suggest that something fairly fundamental is awry here. Is that it's not directly below where I've got... Oh, there's a wandering horde, I think. I'm in no mood to deal with those guys now. But it's not directly below where I have... What are these guys doing now? Hitting a boulder? You know what? I just haven't got any patience with you dudes now. Having structural integrity issues, the last thing I need is zombies giving me further issues by pounding my base, or even pounding the rocks near my base, which I'm planning on using. Gotcha. Yeah, there's a few of them. Oh, how many shots do you take? I remember the good old days when I used to be able to one-shot these with my crossbow, but now even though it's flawless and I'm using iron bolts, I still can't one-shot them unless I hit them in the face, which is difficult because they don't stay still for long enough. Well, that's just cowardly. Burrowing under your kinsman. Well, that's one problem sorted out. Now I guess I'm gonna have to deal with the other. I don't think it's gonna make any difference if I put a central column here, but I might just try that out with a bit of, you know, rebar, a few rebar frames which I can take away again, and see if that makes any difference. But yeah, I mean, obviously I've got big archways down below here, and that didn't give me any problems with this floor I'm walking on right now, so it doesn't make too much sense that there's these archways here which are interfering with the floor above that. But I suppose the further up you go, if your walls aren't complete, the more problems you're likely to have. Not sure. Anyway, I'm going to have to end the episode here because it's been quite long enough so far, and hope that I've got this perplexing issue resolved by the time I see you guys next. So, thank you for watching this video. We are now established in our new base. I can but hope that I get it sorted out so that we're actually going to be able to use the floor above this, because at the moment it's just collapsing every time I try, never mind trying to build anything up there. So not sure how that's going to go or how I'm going to sort it out, but I will, one way or another, I will do so. So yeah, thank you again guys for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time we play 7 Days to Die, and let's hope we get this structure finished before the next alpha comes out. Hit the like button if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and in the meantime, keep gaming, keep surviving. Bye bye for now.